Hi everyone, the next Sketchbox just arrived in the mail and I'm really excited to see what's inside. Usually I think the picture has to do with it, but more often than not it doesn't, so let's find out. Okay. Oh. Interesting. What is this? It's black paper. Ooh, and there's Finetech limited edition for Sketchbox. I've never had Finetech paints before, so that is really exciting. What is this? A white gel pen. White gouache. I just ran out of this color. How do they know? How do they know? Another nice brush. Silver crystal. 3/8 of an inch angle brush. Yellow Cotton watercolor and blue cotton watercolor. And a sticker. Alright. This month is all about reverse watercolor. So this month is all about layering light shades to create watercolor piece on black paper. Oh, this is white watercolor, not gouache. I thought for some reason it was gouache. The Finetech metallic dark teal, M gram watercolor titanium white, $14.99. That's so expensive. 3/8 of an inch angle short. The Remnants gel pen white. Legion Stonehenge aqua cold press black. So this is the premium box. Oh, is this an example of what someone did? Alright. I think I get the idea. And there's a lot of paper in this, so you can really experiment. Oh, they're quite thick too. Never had one before. This is so exciting. Did you see that spin? This is exciting actually. I've never gotten black paper in a box. I don't think I've ever worked on black paper, at least not recently. I've done it as a child, of course, because who doesn't? Alright, so this Finetech. Everyone talks about how amazing these are. The one thing about metallic paints is like they only really work if you're doing like original artwork. You can't really replicate them on prints. That doesn't mean they're not fun though. I'll try to do it very opaque on one side and then slowly dilute it down. Now I've tried cotton watercolor before, but not on this paper. Oh, this is more of a cool yellow. It's a lemon yellow. Intense blue, phthalo blue. Alright. I was just about to say, oh, it's cool we got a teal, because then it's like a greenish color, and we don't have green. But we do have green, we can just mix them together. I've never really used white watercolor. I always use gouache, but maybe this will open my eyes to the possibilities. Okay, let's see what just the white looks like. Lemon yellow. Ooh, they make a nice green when you mix them. I don't really know how to tone this down. I guess by diluting it and letting the black show through, because usually I would add like the complement, which would be red to create more of a gray. But since we have black paper available to us and white, I guess that's how you're gonna have to do it. Isn't that just so interesting? I don't know what I'm gonna draw. So I'm kind of, that's not quite what I was going for. I picture her as like a little mysterious child sort of thing. I can do a little color sketch on the paper. Something very green and mysterious. White paper? It's like so gray. That's so weird. Why is it so... Maybe because it's meant for dark paper? What? It's so weird. Why is it like that? That's actually really interesting how it's gray, but then like bright blue sparkles. It's not what I expected it to look like at all on this paper. Okay, so let's see here for a minute. So if she was standing like this, because I see this pose here, but I'm going to... Okay, one last plan before I actually do this. Combat boots or something. I don't know about that. Now I'm like putting so much time into this. Okay, maybe she's more of a pants kind of person. I'm kind of leaning towards this one, but if she was wearing pants instead. Like big puffy pants. Maybe she has like a sheer, yeah, I'll do something like that. I don't exactly know. Let's do a little mock-up. Trying to figure out where I want the contrast to be, and I think it's going to be like lighter here than dark on her clothes. It doesn't really... it just leaked everywhere. I want to make sure I get the movement right. I guess she's less of a little kid and more of a teenager, I guess? I don't know. So I decided to add a little frog sidekick. There's actually a little tangent there. Yeah, a little frog there. I really don't want to use these art supplies with this illustration because I actually like have I have plans for this. I feel like I know how I want to render this, but I can't do it with the supplies I have. But that's part of the challenge. So I need smaller brushes. I'm gonna let myself use that. Because obviously they aren't gonna send you a bunch of different brush sizes in the box. So I really want to use red. Should I just let myself use red? I don't want to sacrifice the illustration. I shouldn't. I shouldn't, but I want to. Ugh. Painting on black paper is so counterintuitive. It's hard to know how it's gonna dry. And also the thing about black paper is I want it to not look like I drew on black paper, you know what I mean? I want it to actually look like an illustration. Like I don't want it to be like, oh, you just put paint on black paper, you know what I mean? Alright, I think I want the frog to be more on the yellow-green side, like a actual frog color. Maybe to make his legs sort of fade in the back, I might just use some water to bring the color down to that part. I think you kind of have to go slow with the layers. If you want to darken anything, you have to lift stuff off. It's very interesting. Okay, I don't really want any green in her skin tone. I want it to be more of like a yellowish, I guess. The frog's eyes can be super white. Actually, I should probably use the gel pen for that so I can keep the pupils. Kind of fun working in reverse. It really makes you think about the values you want to have. And I find it always ends up with things that have way more contrast than you're used to, which is usually good because people tend to not do enough contrast, and I'm guilty of that too. So I think it's a good little exercise. I like to get everything kind of covered by something. Of course you can let it like seep through in some areas, but that way it makes it feel more like the illustration has presence on the page rather than just letting like it sink into the background, especially on a dark surface like this. Maybe I'll paint some sparkle details, like around her belt area, and maybe like little stripes that go up her sort of jumpsuit thing. I'm just not a fan of metallic sparkly stuff because it won't translate anywhere else but on an original, so it's a very like sketchbook exclusive sort of tool. Yeah, so I'm letting myself use this black marker because I don't want to sacrifice the illustration for the materials, because there's no dark colors here and I kind of need to bring back some of the darks. So I don't really know exactly what's going on in this picture, but it was kind of fun to just draw a cool looking character, I guess. so I don't do this kind of thing a lot. Definitely more of like a sketch experimental thing, but it was a lot of fun using watercolor on black paper, and I kind of want to do this again, but let myself use all of my colors. It's fun to limit your palette, and this was definitely I think pretty beneficial for me to do as like a little exercise, but I would love to see what it would look like if I'm allowed to use red, because then you basically have a full range of colors and you can tone stuff down, and also some pencil on top of this I think would be a lot of fun. So I might actually try to do another illustration on this black paper. Let me know if you want me to do that, because I think like I actually quite like the paper itself. It's pretty nice feeling. It was definitely an experience trying to work on black paper with watercolor and try to pull the drawing up from the darks rather than laying down everything on top of a white piece of paper. It kind of, you have to think about everything in reverse, and that was really interesting, and it's always fun to kind of work backwards like that. And if you want to see some sketches and some behind the scenes stuff, I have a Patreon and you can check that out if you want to. I post sketchbooks before anyone else sees them, pages, scans of the pages, and I also send out monthly print packages with stickers and all kinds of stuff every month to my patrons. So go check that out. I'll link it above as always. And thank you so much for watching, and thanks to Sketchbox for sending this to me free of charge just to make a video about it and show you the supplies. They don't sponsor these videos, but they do send me the boxes every month. I really hope you enjoyed this. I did, as I have said already, and I'll see you in my next video.